Here with Roosevelt Bouie at the Willow Street Foundation first ever golf tournament. And Rosie, what does it mean to you to be a part of this tournament?
Well, I always like to get involved with foundations if they're friends of mine and they're doing something as a worthwhile cause. These guys they're helping students to get scholarships to CBA. And these are things that change kids' lives. And so when they asked me to come out here, I just said, how quickly can I get there? And so I actually met Bob Lyons at Coach Boeheim's his fantasy camp. And I met him there. We ended up talking, and then he's good friends with Mark Jones, who I've known for years. I worked with him with Dryzik. And so when he said to come out here, I just said when and where.
And being a part of this, what did it mean to you to go out there and see so many people that are involved, and also see former Syracuse athletes also out here with you?
You know, that's one thing that was kind of instilled in us when we were at Syracuse. We did a lot of charity work, doing stuff with Coach Boeheim and the Coaches vs. Cancer. So it's something that we enjoy doing, and it's kind of instilled in us. We all left Syracuse and then got involved with other different foundations and charity events.
And being a part of, helping kids yourself, you've done a lot of different work. And just go into what you're currently working on to help youth in your own life.
I just started the World National Tournament Association. All of the coaches and scouts that I work with in Europe said it would be great to have some way to affiliate ourselves with you. We can't affiliate ourselves with a person, but we can with a foundation. So what ended up happening is I started this foundation so players can come and get an opportunity to go to Europe. I hold 5 tryouts during the year, and I take 4 teams over to play in Italy and the Netherlands. And it gives them an opportunity. The biggest problem with these kids are they can play basketball, but nobody knows about them or knows how to find them. So it's exposure. You got to get them in front of the coaches. So in the foundation, in the association, the players sign up for a fee of $250, which they pay once for the whole entire year. Everybody else is charging $300-400 each event. And then after that, we hold the workouts so that after these, once we got the players signed up, the European team, any European team can sign up to be a member of the association. All they have to do is send a representative to one event in the States and to send a representative to the events that we have in Europe. So here we've just generated interest in players that nobody ever knew about before. Also, we have it set up so that the alumni associations can register as a member, and then if they have a player that they like in a Division 1, 2, or 3 school that wants to get a shot, they can support him they can either buy an airline ticket for him to go over, they can buy meal vouchers for him or hotels. The biggest expenses these kids will have will be travel for trying to get a job to continue their educations. And the last thing we did is we have it set up for media. So you can register as a media by signing up, and you just have to do a story about the event, and you can register for free. So I'll be talking to you.
Absolutely. And what does it mean to you to be a part of something like this? Because, you're out here at this event today to help kids, and you're trying to help kids too. When you're trying to get these children noticed and essentially young adults noticed so that they can have a future, what kind of benefit do you feel? I mean, what is it that you have as a lasting impression?
Well, what happened for me is like every year I'll have a kid, for instance, last year, kid Gerald Riley, who played at Georgetown. He came up to me and he called me and said, Mr. Bouie, you've changed my life. And I said, why is that, Gerald? He said, I got a job playing in Sweden, and I just got married to my wife last month. So the opportunity to go and play in Sweden, and he played there, and he found the woman that he's married to right now. So, and the other thing I told him was, now that you're married, you can get your Swedish passport, and you can play for the national team. So it just, from the smallest thing, things can happen to change your life.
In the international game, I mean, you were a big part of it, and you made the decision to play internationally instead of playing in the NBA. With the international game, just how big has it gotten? Because more and more you're seeing NBA athletes that are being drafted are coming from overseas.
Well, it's always been a very good league. It's been very competitive. I remember in 2005, I was inducted into the Hall of Fame for my team, and it was the 70th year that team had been in existence. So they know basketball, good basketball, and they understand basketball. So naturally, they try to get the best players possible over to Europe. Now with multimedia, everybody can find out about everybody. So it's not like when I went over, I was there and I was gone for 20 years, and I came back and I just showed up again on the map. now you can go over there and you can actually follow games. You can set up Skype and actually talk to your family the whole time while you're there. It's bringing the world is smaller now. The basketball world is a very small world now.
And some Syracuse athletes that may not find their place in the NBA, what would you say to them if they had an opportunity to play overseas?
I would say grasp that opportunity because there's no telling where it can take you. I ended up playing there 16 years. I went there, I knew how to say spaghetti and ciao. I came back, I'm fluent in Italian and Spanish, and I have a decent working knowledge of French. So, and that changed my life. I have friends on 7 different continents. So it really broadens your horizons. And I'll be doing next month, the month of October, I'll be spending next month of October in Italy signing up teams to come to attend our events, which will be, one is going to be in Basketball City in Manhattan during the summer, and then I'll take 4 teams over to play in a 3-city tour the next summer. So there's no end to what can happen. If you can be creative and you can put together the right people, anything's possible.
And, like looking at Syracuse, like you said, anything is possible. Looking at the talent that's there now, what are you seeing from the big guys that are there with Rakeem Christmas, Dajuan Coleman's coming in, Jeremy Grant essentially is going to play close to the basket at some point. With the talent that's there, C.J. Fair, James Sutherland, Bai Musakita, what do you see from Syracuse close to the rim?
With big men, the one thing for sure, the longer that they're there, the better that they get. Because you have to just practice over and over, and you get able to make your moves without really thinking about them. You actually sense what you're doing. So for most of the big men, the longer they play their position, the more they practice, the better they get. They're young, they're ambitious, they want to succeed. I mean, that's a great combination. You got guys that don't have any problem practicing and learning their skill as much as possible, and even asking coaches for extra work. So it'll be very, very exciting, and with a little luck, we can go a long, long way.
And looking at the fact that after this season, it's ACC bound, so no longer Big East. Being not only an alum, but being able to watch this team throughout the Big East Conference and just seeing what they become against teams like Georgetown, against UConn, against those teams that you're used to playing. I mean, obviously Pittsburgh will travel with them, but what does this move mean to you? Does it change anything about Syracuse in your mind that they're not in the Big East anymore?
No, we actually love the Big East. It started with our teams, but the bottom line is I bleed orange. If they went and played in Alaska, I'd go watch them play. So, I bleed orange. I love Syracuse University. So, where they play, it's just a technicality.
And I know that you're big on knowing who's coming in and knowing who Syracuse is looking at. Are there any recruits for the future that stick out in your mind, or any players that you've heard of or seen yourself that would be good in the future for Syracuse as they try to push forward in the ACC?
Well, the thing that I kind of look at with them, with Syracuse, is more than the players that the younger kids are looking to bring in. I want to make sure that the big kids that they bring in are trained in the right way, and the coaches do a great job, and sometimes they even let me go in there and poke around with them, so that's always fun.
Well, I appreciate it, Rosie, and once again, just let people know what you're doing right here and now that they can be a part of. I know you spoke about it a little bit earlier, but how they can get in touch with you to help out kids in the future.
It's very easy. Go to my website. It's rooseveltbouie.com, and you can go there to register. You can register as a fan, as an alumni, anybody that if you want to support some kids, because these kids, the biggest problem that they have is putting money together to travel. If it's frequent flyer miles, they want to donate frequent flyer miles. All of these things will help a kid to move forward for their career, because a lot of times the biggest problem that keeps these kids from getting jobs is getting the airfare to get over, or the food or food or a hotel when they're trying out. Like they'll drive to a workout and they'll sleep in a parking lot. I mean, these guys will support.
Just reaching out, trying to help kids, give them a chance.
Oops.
I can make this statement.
Appreciate it.
Clear conscience.